Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow-melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.
Oh my gosh, it's been too long since I've been on a bike.
I really like it. Living a healthy life free of gambling problems is a lot of fun and a nice change of pace.
Did you say race?
No. Yes.
Reconnect with yourself and the ones you love. If gambling is creating a problem for you, there's hope and help. For more information, call the Washington State Helpline at 1-800-547-6133 or visit evergreencpg.org. That's evergreencpg.org.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. This is a strange story, man. 3 years ago, a 94-year-old woman died in a house fire in England. At the time, it was thought to be an accident because the woman was a heavy smoker who suffered from dementia. And tragically, it turns out the fire was not an accident, but was actually set by her then 18-year-old step-grandson. And he was caught because he kind of admitted to it. He actually confessed to this during a game of Truth or Dare. He allegedly said, "I have a secret that I haven't told anyone. I may have killed someone."
Imagine being at that, I'd assume, a party or a gathering and be like, maybe you should have took the dare.
That would
really. That would be like one of those instances where everyone's looking at each other like, dude, is this guy really telling us this?
Yeah, you're right. It's like, dude, that's not what this game's about.
Right.
They didn't know. And, he then told a counselor about it, and that's when the case was reopened.
Damn.
Yeah. And apparently it was intentional. He used a lighter to set the curtains on fire, then disabled a smoke alarm so that the blaze would go undetected. So you're thinking, wow, did this guy hate his step-grandmother that much? But he says no. He said he did it because he didn't want her to continue to suffer from dementia. But my God, that is a horrible way to have somebody go. I mean, I feel like
that's not your choice there, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, if he really, really was thinking she was suffering, okay, but death by fire is not a nice way to send somebody off if you really felt like you had love in your heart. I mean, that is oh man. He's going to be sentenced today, as a matter of fact. He was just found guilty in court.
Imagine like the group of people whoever is hanging out with, if they're like, hey, well, let's play a game, and they're like, let's play Truth or Dare, and everyone's like, no, not doing that ever again.
Yeah, right.
Last time we did that, this guy showed up and he told us this insane story, and it actually turned out it was true.
Yeah, and I mean that's traumatic. I'm like, you did what to your grandma? What?
Right.
Jeez, I'm at a party. I don't know.
But in his head, if everything that you're saying is, he's thinking that he's helping.
You know, it's an interesting thing, but then he had to be racked with guilt because look what it escalated to. So I don't know. It makes me think, if you really were doing her a favor, why are you so racked with guilt? Like, why wouldn't you just take this to your own grave? Because you were, if you felt like you really were being merciful. I feel like he felt like he was guilty, Steve. I feel like I don't think he was so helpful. I don't.
I know this has nothing really to do with the story. It's just a stupid thing that came to mind. I don't think I've ever played Truth or Dare.
You know what? I mean, at least it's on topic. I wasn't sure where you were going to go with this.
I mean, it's on topic, but not really.
It's better than you going, I've never really set fire to anybody.
It's not my big, it's not the big takeaway from it all. I'm sorry. It's like, guys, guess what? I've never played Truth or Dare.
No, I'm happy this is where it went, because it really could have been bad.
Hey, guys, I have this thing I need to tell you.
Yes.
Guys, I used to be a big arsonist. I don't know if you
but I'm very happy that, I don't know if I ever did either. For me, those games were a way maybe to get action with some girl.
Those were like, I put Truth or Dare in the same category as like the 7 minutes in heaven and spin the bottle. Yeah. These were games I never got to play because I never went to those parties.
My parents wouldn't let me go to those, so I still have never. I mean, I played Truth or Dare like with your sibling. It's dumb stuff like lick the doorknob or whatever, but not like to make out with somebody when you wanted to in high school.
Right, because isn't that the end result that you're hoping to dare somebody to play a little tonsil hockey with you?
Right?
Or the truth is like, who do you like?
Yeah.
That's why I never did it, because I was like,
who do I like? Well, not my grandmother, apparently. That was the end of that story.
That's why I felt weird bringing it up because the story is such an awful story, and that obviously that's not my big takeaway. But Joe, have you ever played Truth or Dare?
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
Did it lead to makeout sessions?
Not for me, but for other people.
Oh, how frustrating was that?
It was a rough time for young Joe.
I wonder what Joe said for his truth. So we're going to stay away from the serial killer over there.
Do you remember what your big truth was? Did you have a go-to in the back pocket?
His father's a great guy. I bet that was his big truth. Yeah, I mean, he probably had to admit that to a lot of people.
I can't remember what my truth was, but I do remember doing the saltine challenge once because of a Truth or Dare.
Saltine, is that to try and eat as many saltines as possible?
It was, yes. And I spit them up and puked all over the floor. So don't recommend that.
Good. Congratulations. Who doesn't want to make out with somebody after that?
I was about to say, that might be why you didn't get to make out with anyone. You're just spitting saltines out of your mouth.
Yeah, that's
saltines.
Now that's a look right there, my friends. Wow, yeah. That's, there you go. Good morning.
And so you never did Truth or Dare, BJ?
Not that I remember. I just remember that I did try to play some. It might have been Truth or Dare, but all I remember is everybody basically just wanted to tell the truth when it came to me. The dare would be either you have to kiss BJ or tell the truth. And then all of a sudden, I burned my grandmother's house down. People were just like, I'm going to tell you this right now.
I'd rather admit to a murder than have to do anything with this dude.
I'm going to kiss that guy. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. That's never got to play those games. I don't even think I got to play Spin the Bottle. I think.
I never did those.
I never did at all.
Yeah, or you could tell. I do remember one game of Spin the Bottle. Now that I think about it, but you could tell that they were spinning it in such a way they would never get to me. Like they didn't do the full. Like I should have been Wheel of Fortune rules, and it wasn't. It was just like a little spin. It's like it never even made it around once. It's like never going to get to me. This is rigged.
They had a person on each side of you. If it got near you, they just kind of accidentally leaned their hand in and stopped the bottle before it got to you.
Yeah, it was like okay,
right?
Yeah.
So that's 7 minutes in heaven as well. Not happening.
Yeah. Oh, I never even heard of 7 Minutes in Heaven. Never even heard of that game.
I don't know how it all worked. I know we talked about it recently. Unfortunately, Danny's not here today, or joyously, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, joyously he's not here.
Danny's not here today. But at some point, it leads to two people going into a closet for 7 minutes, and then usually that's when you have a makeout session.
Yeah, I would have loved that because I was ready. I don't know how good I would have been, but I would have been ready. Because that's all I ever thought about.
What do you mean by ready?
Like, I would be ready to make out. I was like, that was all I ever wanted. And I practiced and I watched TV and really tried to look at how the couples were doing what they were doing. I all the research I could do.
Thank you, Rev. I was about to ask that too. What was it on a pillow, on a hand?
Yeah, you do a pillow, hand, the mirror,
beach.
You do the best you can.
Jennifer Lopez?
That's with the whatever whoever's on somebody named Hannah somebody from I practiced on Hannah.
Was it Henderson?
Yeah, Anna. Yeah, Pamela. There you go, Pamela Henderson. Yeah,
I tried.
I would have been ready. I was so sad that we never had that game.
I remember when I was very young, being like, I need to know how to kiss, and I remember trying to practice on a pillow, and my brother walked in, and it was
no. Yeah, of course he did.
Yes. I'm terrible at keeping doors closed.
Yeah, you are.
That's something a brother will never let you forget either. At least I wouldn't as a brother.
I'll give him credit because he was obviously it was not a rough childhood, but he was always looking for reasons to mess with me. But there were certain things he would that's when I knew he gave a crap about me. And that was one of those instances where it's he walked in and just kind of acted like he didn't really know what the hell was going on. and then just never brought it up again.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome, actually.
That's a pretty good move.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, like maybe like 2 days later he had a BB gun and he was shooting at me, making me try and like run away from him. Like it wasn't like, as if, like
Wait,
that's
that's
just-
not
yeah.
a sign of love?
Yeah,
well,
that's
to him it was.
Yeah, I mean, he was making you tough.
But on the flip side, also, like if like somebody, God forbid, somebody tried to like pick on me, and he was witness to it, he would want to murder that person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, big brothers love that. I mean, it gives them a reason to just be out of their mind.
Yeah.
you know, even my brother stuck up for me, and I mean, it was just like, wow, I have never seen my brother care about me this much. I don't know if he cares about me or if he just wants to beat up everybody.
Yeah, he liked to fight, so I feel like at times he would invite me to hang out with him and his buddies, hoping that one of his buddies would like give me a hard time, so he could just like wreck house.
Yeah. You know what? You served your purpose, Steve.
I did.
Yeah, good for you.
Hey, somebody said I love 7 minutes in heaven. I got to touch my first boob, and boobs are awesome.
Boobs are awesome.
See, that is. I mean, if everybody's on board, what a wonderful time. See, that's why some people, you said whatever, people thought that like it was so uncomfortable, awkward. I mean, I was ready to go, look, I mean, you know what? I hear this is all good stuff. Let's give it a shot if you're willing. I mean, I would have loved that game.
I can't see very well in the dark, so I'd be afraid that I would just like start like kissing a jacket or something like that.
Oh, that'd be great if that's what she did, if she was just trolling you, going, okay, here you go, close your eyes.
It's like, why does your face feel all leathery?
Right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
I'm
it.
kissing grandma's boot. I'm like, okay, that's great.
Your lips feel like wool. What's going on here?
Wow. So you really need to moisturize, miss.
You taste like mothballs.
Wow.
You.
Yeah, that's
my wife gives me such a hard time. Anytime like if we have to like turn the lights off for Tatum when we put her to sleep, I'll like almost walk into things. Like I have to like pull out my phone and use it as like a little flashlight. She's like, you can't see anything. I'm like, no, it's pitch black. She's like, how is I could see in the dark? And I don't know if it was a texter that told us this or I saw it online, but apparently people with not the best vision can see better in pitch black than people with better vision.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense that, you figure like, why does some people have the kind of vision they do? And we just assume it's a detriment, but actually it makes a lot of sense that, in some situations people are better in,
Maybe it's because they're, essentially blind. And so they just kind of know how to feel around in the dark just because they can't see anything really. I mean, because I know like if I take my glasses off, everything is a blur.
Right.
And I can walk pretty good in the dark. I just kind of know where things are and I make sure not to run into things.
Well, if she can see, think about it. In the old timey days, we didn't have like candles or lights. So that kind of vision was probably really valuable to like the tribe where you had the people that, all right, you can't see very well during the day. No problem. You're the people we want to hang out with at night. I mean, it was probably a very valuable thing that, balance in the world where some people could do this, that. Just like the close-up eye vision, the people that do like watch work, that they need to be super nearsighted. Like they have to be able to put things like little things to their face and still be able to see them without them being blurry.
There's a joke in there. That was
there you go.
I was wondering about that one.
I gave you the softball.
I was like, hey, Vicky, how is it being a watch?
I served it up to you. What do you want?
But my wife will troll me all the time at night because, I try and give her a goodnight kiss at the end, when we're in bed and it's pitch black.
Oh,
all right, good night. And she's like moving her head or puts her arm in a way, and like I'll be kissing like her forearm, and she's like, "You can't see anything." You're so
That's
funny.
What color is your wife's eyes? Are they light?
Green, bluish.
So I'm looking at
depending on the day.
One article saying that people with lighter color eyes have better night vision than dark-eyed people. And what color eyes do you have, Rev? Are they blue?
Blue, gray.
Because I don't have great night vision either.
Oh, how about that?
Interesting.
Well,
If
and
that's
cats
true, yeah.
usually have like a greenish eyes, don't they?
Well, depends
Now
on
that I
the
think
cat.
about it, most cats. Well, they got great night vision, those cats, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
How about that? So it's all about the color of the eyes, baby.
It's like, Steve, be honest. You're getting closer to 50. Your wife, what, like 21? So what? Like she never stopped. I kept aging and she stopped aging.
She's a vampire, buddy.
You are Matthew McConaughey. What can I tell you?
Oh, jeez.
That's amazing. I need to know what she's doing to make that happen.
All right, you keep getting older and they stay the same age. All right. All right. Well, good for you. Hey, listen, you know what? That's your skill. Here's a question. What do you think is the average age that people stop caring about how old they are? Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I'll tell you at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
We missed you!
Come here, kids. It's so good to see you again. Grandma and I have to catch up. Why don't you play in the other room for a bit?
Okay!
It's good to see you again, Mom. We all missed you.
I'm sorry it took so long. I lost a lot to my gambling problems, but I'm happy to have my life back with you.
We are too, Mom.
If gambling is creating a problem for you, call the Washington State Helpline at 1-800-547-6133 or visit evergreencpg.org.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. How about this? There's a survey they did with a bunch of old people, which is interesting. Yeah. So they went, and luckily, guess what? I would not be eligible for the survey. I'm so happy.
You weren't home when they knocked on your door.
No. You had to be 65 and up in order to be part of the survey.
Oh.
And 72% of them say they feel younger than they are. Half of them said they feel younger than 50. I mean, really? Okay. I'd like to know the drugs they're on. I want to get some right now.
Maybe it's just fitness and just treating themselves well.
Maybe. All right. I mean, you might be right.
Steroids. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? I do remember, you remember the convention we were at where, my Hall of Fame buddy, Brother Weeze, was putting a towel on a certain part of his anatomy?
Yes.
He was really pimping out, like a male hormone. That's what it's like a
testosterone pill, right?
Yeah. And so I wonder if, that's a big part of it. I haven't taken any. So I have to talk to my doctor to think, like, is that what you do when you get older in order to feel good, is start taking, testosterone or whatever if you're a dude? I don't know.
It's case by case. If you don't feel like you need it, then you probably just shouldn't take it because other old people are taking it.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When I get to be 65, 70, that's what I'm wondering. Like, will I feel like I'm 50? I mean, I don't know.
Did Weeze use that picture as a way to sell the testosterone pill to the audience?
Yes, he did.
How much money they must have made off of that, I gotta imagine.
Because that was an impressive picture.
Yeah, he turned himself into a towel rack.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And he was in his 60s, almost 70 when when he did that. Yeah, and it was like, wow, if you can still be a towel rack, okay.
Imagine
maybe
being the marketing department when they're like, hey, our radio personality did this really cool viral thing that is getting a lot of traction for your company, and they're like, yeah, we noticed we're selling a bunch in Rochester, and like, well, here's the picture, and they're like, oh boy, maybe we shouldn't go back to this guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe that, or are they going to ask everybody in every city, hey, would you mind putting a towel on your
do this?
Yeah, wow. So how about this? I am very surprised because we have two people in studio that are actually getting close to this age, if not already at this age. They say the average age that you stop caring so much about your age is 43. And so, Steve, Rev, you guys are close to that number because I'm way past it.
I stopped caring in my 30s, to be honest with you.
Oh, really? So age means nothing? You don't
35.
care about your age?
I think that was when I was like, because so many people put so much emphasis on that age, or 30, 35, 40. And I was just like, at that point, I'm just like, what does it matter how old I am? As long as I'm doing things that I enjoy and my body's still working and I'm trying my best to take care of it. I'm not hey, I drop the ball every once in a while when there's a donut in studio or two.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, what does the age matter at that point?
Yeah, and I mean, the only reason why I cared about my 40th is because I wanted to have a big birthday party. And I had a Nerf party, which, I mean, at that point, I didn't care about my age. I was just running around shooting people with Nerf guns.
Right.
So
typically, old people do Nerf parties.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I don't think I've really cared for a long time, I feel.
Honestly, I think after 25, I was like, well, nothing else there's really not an age to look forward to.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a sad way, but like 25, my insurance goes down and I can rent a car. After that, it's like, there's really no milestone that makes it awesome to be a certain age.
Dirty 30 was about it, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like those milestone ages when it's kind of fun to have a big party.
I feel like this is more of a, for some people, caring about their age because they feel like they're getting older. Like it's a negative thing. I know definitely. And Vicky, I'll ask you because a lot of times it's women that really seem to, not want to get past their 20s. How are you about age at this point in your life?
Oh, I'm completely and totally embracing it. I have one gray hair sticking out, and I see it every day, and it gets me excited. I don't know why. I freaking love it. And my best friend put it the best way. It's like once we turn 30, there's no expectation that we have to like be that young, hot thing, 21-year-old. There's like, we can just take all that pressure off. It doesn't matter. We can just be us and it just chill. And it just feels so nice to chill.
How about you, Joey Dees? He just had his 33rd birthday, and age mean anything to you?
No, not at all. I think once I turned about 27, I stopped caring. I was like, yeah, we're over the hill.
Yeah,
the hill.
It's all downhill.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess you're not wrong, really.
Well, for contrast, let's turn to somebody who this December will have her 30th birthday. And, let's just say that since she lives in the same house as I do, I have been hearing about the impending doom of this birthday. Wow. If somebody cares about age on this show, it would have to be lovely Sarah.
Yes, I have been dreading my dirty 30 for about 5 years now.
And now here it is.
Yeah, right?
It's literally in a few weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're going to Vegas?
I am going to Vegas. I'm hoping to party so hard that I become okay with being 30. But I'm pretty sure I'll probably get drunk and start crying about it if I'm going to be honest. Because it's just I don't know. I always think of 30 as like, if you're 30 or in your 30s, you should have your S together. You know what I mean? Like, there's no excuse now for me to get wild or get crazy or... I don't know, because I'm not in my 20s anymore. Oh, I am not looking forward to it.
Oh, so you can't be irresponsible. You have to be...
exactly. You're 30 now. And when I was in my 20s, I was like, oh, that sucks. You're 30. So I know other people in their 20s are looking at that the exact same with me.
I do get... I think we all have this moment where, like, when you're younger, you like to goof on people's age. And then when you get older, you find it funny when someone goofs on somebody's age because you're just like, you're going to get to that point in your age and other people will be goofing, and now you're going to realize how dumb you were to make fun of other people for their age.
Steve, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
I used to make fun of Wheeze all the time, and he'd go, he'd be like, brah, great, another old joke. I get it. I'm 60. And then, and I made a whole joke. He wanted me to send a birthday wish, and I sent one that was horribly bad and made fun of him. And now here I am in my 60s, and I'm like, God, I was a douche. I mean, really, what was I thinking? I'm now 60, and so when he hit his 70s, I said nothing. I'm like, you know what? Never going to hear a peep out of me about your age ever again because now I get it.
You're like, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, I should be too. None of us ever thought you'd get there, buddy. So good for you.
I saw like online, like there's a couple of people having like some art, shockingly on social media. They were like giving each other a hard time. It was a younger guy and an older guy. And the younger guy's only comeback to the older guy kept being, you're 40, LOL. And I'm just like, man, like if that's all you got, at some point you're going to be the 40-year-old. Like if that's your only insult, man, it's inevitable that you're going to be that person that's being insulted as well.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the thing. You get to be 43 years old, those kind of things don't hit you anymore. You're like, say what you want about my age. I don't care. So, obviously it hit you earlier, Steve, where you didn't care about your age. They also did in the poll, they said, hey, what are the 5 best things about getting older? And it'd be interesting, I think, if you guys think, what's the best thing about getting older, what we all think, and see if it's on this list.
Yes, tell me, since you guys are all older than me.
Wow.
Since I'm still in my 20s.
Wow.
Not for long.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm going to say not 0 F's given, but giving a lot less of a crap about things.
Yes.
Not caring the small stuff as much as I used to probably in my 20s.
I'd say that reminds me of number 5 on this list, and that is speaking your mind and not caring what other people think.
I can't wait for that age when like you're like 75, 80, and you just say whatever the hell you want with no filter, and you don't care if anyone is bothered by it.
See, I've been living that way for a while.
That's when I think my social media game is going to really be on fire.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Like right now, I pictures of dogs, my kid, and promoting my wrestling crap. I don't really get on any hot takes on there unless it's about how great Limp Bizkit is. When I'm in my 80s, forget about it.
You'll still be tweeting about Limp Bizkit in your 80s.
Oh, you know I will. I'll still be talking about how Gold Cobra is criminally underrated.
I think Steve's right. If you really want to know what somebody thinks, you're going to have to wait until basically they're retired, and therefore they don't have a company they're beholden to or any sort of any. They're being afraid of getting canceled. And I think that's when we're going to get the real Steve and go, wow, we had no idea he thought that way about those things.
He thought you that way?
It'd be like, wow, Steve would have been super canceled back then.
He really hated the Mariners this whole time.
How about that? All right, so Vicky, how about you? What is the best thing about getting older?
I feel like just having the ability to just chill out. Like, there's no expectation that I have to go out and party and go do all these things. I can just hang out at home, and it's socially acceptable.
Yeah, that's, that could be like number 3, being able to relax more, being able to chill out. Yeah, I do appreciate that myself. That's a good one.
Age also kind of sets the bar low sometimes. Like if you're doing something and then someone finds out what your age is, they're like, oh, damn, wow, it's impressive you even left the house.
Well, that's so true. Yeah, like for me, it would be I got to go home and take a nap. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's perfectly acceptable. And I'm like, thank goodness.
Ever since I got those hiking poles, which a lot of people think, think that you've got a problem. Stop laughing. Let me tell you, but a lot of people like you guys, they go, oh my God, it's so sweet you're out walking with your condition. And it's like, these are poles that people use. They're used for the trail. They're not being used because you can't walk.
Yeah, but people aren't used to seeing those in like a mall or something. They're used to seeing it at an actual hiking trail.
Or attached to skis.
Right.
Or on a mountain.
You know what? I don't use them at the mall. And you all can just, never mind. I am old and I don't care what you think.
There you go. That's the spirit.
You know how like motorcyclists said they'll have like a secret, not secret, it's not to see it, but they'll flash each other like almost like the peace sign or like a little wave, or Jeep drivers, Wrangler drivers, they give each other the wave. Have you encountered other pole holders?
Pole wavers?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Have like a little thing
we on guard. We cross swords. That's what we do. and then we go our own way. We go like, and then we go our own way.
Does the older one knight the other one?
Yes. If you are indeed the king of the trail or the queen of the trail, you can tell by the poles. Oh, you're a noob. Let me knight you.
If there are several of you, do you all put them up and like kind of create like a little a roof for people to walk under?
Oh, geez.
At some point, I am going to start caring about what other people think again and tell you to ask something. All right, there you go. Hey, Rev, I don't usually like talking to you, but anything to get off of this conversation, what do you think is the best thing about getting older?
I just feel like just being able to do whatever the heck you want. Like, and it's just literally, it's just like, I'm just not going to go do that thing. And it's like, I don't care what you think. It really is just that.
Ooh. And how about you, Joey D's?
I got to go with the excuse to be able to eat whatever you want, whenever you want.
Oh, I wish I could be there. Unfortunately, you two will not let that happen for me.
Nope.
Yeah, so therefore that's not real.
Maybe the older they get, the less strict they'll be with you.
You would hope. All I know is it's going to come back to haunt both of them, because if they have anybody in their life who's younger, they're going to eventually go, we know better than you. You can't eat that. And they'll be like, oh, that's going to happen. The number one thing is, Sarah, I didn't ask you because, you don't want to get older.
No, there's nothing good about getting old.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't understand.
Yeah,
the prime was in the 20s, and I'm about to hit 30. We're all out of our prime, guys. I don't understand how you guys are happy about this.
Yeah, I can't really fault you.
I'm going to be looking at like 20-something-year-olds being like, wow, I wish I didn't have wrinkles like them, and I wish I had that beautiful body. I wish I had that perky butt. Like, everything just goes downhill.
That's probably not a good poll.
See, when you've never had a perky butt, you don't miss it.
Dude, I was like, this is such a weird conversation, because I was about to say, I feel like my butt's a little perkier now than it was in the 30s.
And have you talked to anybody like that's 20 or 19? They're not that smart mostly. It hurts me to talk to some
experience.
That's how I know I'm
real.
old.
Am I much smarter than them?
I was about to say for myself too. That's not a thing for me either.
Okay,
I feel like I've gotten dumber.
Yeah, I feel like some people on the show, Vicky, I don't think it is a big thing that they notice. Yeah.
I'd rather have my perky butt still. Dang.
Well, the number one thing that people are looking forward to is having more free time, which is what I want. Man, somebody said, someday, BJ, it's not going to be about the money. I'm like, what do you mean? It's going to be about the time. I'm like, I remember this guy,
Clint Eastwood you living next to?
Yeah, it was a dramatic conversation. I felt like I was in a movie. BJ, it's not about the money. It's about the time.
And then that man dropped dead right after he said it.
Wow. It's true. It feels like there's not enough time to do the things I want. I can't believe it. It's like, yeah, I am the kind of guy that might sacrifice a couple of dollars to get a couple minutes. I never thought I'd ever say that because it was always about the money. And, I laughed at this guy going, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. And now I just keep hearing that in my brain, what he said, man.
When Texter says, tell Sarah, the older you get, the more you appreciate Thanksgiving foods.
Oh, she's getting a lot of heat on that.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
She's got one person on Twitter, though, that backed her up. I think that was it, though, that one person.
That must be her burner account.
Yeah. I think you're right about
Sarah
that.
is totally right.
She is the best.
Yeah, Sarah's unbelievable, even though she's old. Okay, so.
I have a few more weeks, please.
All right, fine. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
Which Sin City and Fantastic Four actress founded the Honest brand?
Oh, Jessica Alba.
Yes, Alba.
Yes, Alba. We use her stuff.
The first spinoff of CSI.
I use her diapers, but not me personally. Yet. All this talk of getting old.
I know, right?
And by the way, another question that's so in his wheelhouse because he is such a Jessica Alba fan. I mean, of course he gets her diapers.
It wasn't my choice. It wasn't like, babe, we're going to have this child.
Oh, really?
We got to use Jessica Alba's diapers.
I feel like it was subliminal. You've been planting this seed for years. Going, if she ever makes diapers, she's the one to go to.
All these years of watching that 70s show while we try to conceive our child finally paid off.
Yeah, buddy.
What?
Oh, was she on that 70s show?
Wasn't she?
She was Mila
Kunis. Damn it.
Okay. Today's a day, Steve.
They're like my one A and one B in Celebrity Crushes.
There we go.
So I get them,
I have no problem with any of this. This is working out well. It's been a good show today.
I got to figure out what show she was on.
Can we just end the show now? I feel like we've really,
let's go home.
We're at the top of our game. Let's just, go out with a win. Well, anyway, you want a shot at beating Steve? Sure, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We'll play Beat Miggs. We'll do that at 8:50 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the Smart Whirlpool Top Load Washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
I'm glad we can take this time for ourselves.
I know, me too. It's nice going on new adventures, experiencing new things, and creating new memories again. I missed you when you seemed lost in your gambling.
Well, I'm back and ready to visit new places and see new sights. Oh, and try new foods.
Yes, new foods.
If gambling is creating a problem for you, call the Washington State Helpline at 1-800-547-6133 or visit evergreencpg.org.